Just 3 months after the murder of George Floyd, 2 months after the murder of Rayshard Brooks, police are at it again after shooting another unarmed black man. In Kenosha, Wisconsin, a black man, Jacob Blake, was shot in the back multiple times by police. There's a video that shows Blake walking away from officers who are pointing their guns at him. Blake walks up to an SUV, opens the driver's side door, and that's when the officer grabs his shirt and fires 7 to 8 shots into his back. Blake's 3 children, ages 3, 5, and 8, were also in the car. On the call, the dispatcher says that Blake isn't supposed to be here, and he took the accuser's keys and refused to leave. However, the man who posted the video, Rayshawn White, said he heard 2 women arguing outside. Once Blake arrived, he ordered one of his sons into the SUV and walked into a home behind a woman. Since the incident, 2 of the officers have been placed on administrative leave, and thankfully, Blake is still alive. But his father states that he will be paralyzed from the waist down. It seems as shootings continue to happen, we aren't seeing much change when it comes to police brutality. So we have to ask, what are our reactions to the video? And based on what we saw, were the actions of the officers justified? In the studio with me, we have Capone, Rita, and Mr. Pierre. All right, guys, so we're gonna dive into it. I'm gonna start with you, Capone. What are your reactions? And do you think the actions were justified?
Hell no, ain't no actions justified when a man gets shot in the back. Cops are punks. Punk ass cops. I think the narrative would change a whole lot if black cops start shooting white people.
Damn right.
I think that it's becoming too much. If I can get away with shooting somebody and there would be no consequences, I guess I would go around probably shooting everybody I ain't like either. But this is getting out of hand. They're not making examples. All these lawmakers are on the side of the police, and there are people justifying that cops' lives. Cops are human, just like anybody else. And if you take on that job, you're risking your life anyway. But you ain't taking no risk when it come down to a black man. 4 cops could have knocked him down. He walked to the car. He didn't run. They standing there holding their guns because they punks. All of them. I hate cops. That's the way I feel about that.
Rita, what are your thoughts on that?
It's infuriating. I mean, Capone is right. You're supposed to match force with force. You got 4 people against 1 dude who was walking quite slow to the car. If you play the shit, I think his pants were stacked. He got time to pull up his pants, and you still can't take him down. Cops need to learn how to fucking fight. White people need to learn how to fight. And when you look at most of these situations, George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin was whooping his ass because he picked the fight now. George Zimmerman picked the fight, but he got beat up by Trayvon Martin and he shot him. Those white men out there hunting down Ahmaud Arbery, he was whipping their ass too, and then they shot him. You need to learn how to fight. Stop picking fights that you cannot win, because we are the casualties. But you also have to think about the history of police. All the way back to the 1700s, 1800s, they were developed to patrol slaves, to keep black people in their place. They were developed to catch fugitive slaves. And then it came down to police were used to keep disenfranchising us. They used to unleash dogs and shit on us. Their personalities have not changed. They are still abusing their power. They still see us as slaves, and they're trying to keep niggas in their place. That's what this shit looks like, because they are not doing the same thing to white people. When fucking Dylan Roof can kill 9 people in a church and they peacefully detain him.
And take him to get something to eat.
You take this nigga, get some fast food, you can peacefully detain him, but you can't detain a man who was unarmed, did not pose a threat at the time other than walking away. If you can peacefully detain a mass shooter, a known white supremacist, then you can peacefully detain black people. But it's funny how they can't de-escalate when our skin is black. When it's white skin, they de-escalate and they'll talk to you, they'll pray for you, they'll call a friend and come help you, come pick up Billy, his ass out here drunk. They'll find all these things to do to protect the white man to keep from shooting him, but when it's us, all of a sudden I feel threatened. It's bullshit, and it's infuriating.
Absolutely. And Pierre, what are your thoughts on it?
I myself feel the pain of another black man being killed, and I feel the pain up here. Was he just walking away? Was he just walking away? First of all, she said he was just walking away. Looked like he was walking to his car and opened the door to get in there. Now, I don't know what he was going in there for. I look at it a couple of ways. Should officers learn how to fight? Sure. But you know, if you get in a fight with officers and you take his gun, you can kill the officer. Even if you're wrong. If you're a criminal, say you were a criminal. Just say you're a criminal. You got to fighting with the officer and the criminal got the gun away and it killed him. What are we going to say then about the officer? Nigga, you shouldn't know how to fight. White man, you shouldn't know how to fight. Black cop, you shouldn't know how to fight. Is that really what it's got to be? You got to really know how to fight somebody first? I kind of sometimes wonder, the black community, we're tired of being harassed, and I get that. We're tired of being harassed. Probably those cops come into those urban neighborhoods and put a little extra on it. I don't like when my friends who are black, who live in a better affluent neighborhood, like, we should have did this, you should have that. Well, you're not in that neighborhood. You don't get that kind of feeling every day. You don't get cops riding back, pushing you, coming to parties saying, get the fuck back the fuck up, before they even speak properly. We've seen videos where they've pushed on black people verbally or physically. People are getting tired of that. Black people are getting tired of that. Now, when they're tired of that, they react with disrespecting them also. But you have to understand, you're disrespecting somebody with a gun. The outcome is negative towards the black person. Could they have tackled him? Sure. I wish they would have tackled him. I wish they would have. And I also wish he didn't walk away. There's a lot of wishing going on, to be honest with you. I wish he wouldn't have walked away, and I wish they would have tackled him. But if we know in society as black people that we're more susceptible to get shot, sure, I want the white cops to act like they have some fucking sense. But I'm tired of black people getting killed. Okay, white cops, stop killing us. But what can we do to prevent anything of that? Is there anything we can prevent?
It's not our responsibility. That's fine. The onus is on them to not shoot us.
They're going to keep killing you. They're going to keep killing. We're going to keep having these men. It's not going to stop. Tell me how it's going to stop if
black cops need to start shooting white people.
But that's not going to stop it.
They might not stop it, but it'll help.
Okay, now we even have the murder. Everybody just murders everybody.
We even now.
That's fine. If everybody wants to murder.
We got a lot of killing to do, but we can get even.
That's fine. If that's what you want. Now, remember, there's a lot of singing going to be going on and slow walking on both ends. So what would you tell your child to do if a cop approached them and said, stop that fight and pull the gun out? Hold on. What would you tell your at that point?
Comply, but I would also tell him, just know, even if you comply, you can still get killed.
Right, but hold on. But you say you'll tell him to comply. That gentleman wasn't complying. Let's be real.
How do we know?
Hold on.
We don't know all the facts.
Okay. Well, then hold on. Then why are we speaking about it? How are you speaking about it? Hold on. He could have punched him in the face. If we don't know the facts, then why are we speaking on it?
Where there's no justification of 4 cops shooting 1 black man in the back 7 times.
Correct. Hold on. But it keeps going on. It keeps going on. Do we want it to keep going on? When are we going to say
it's the higher power? They trying to fucking kill us. That's the bottom line.
I understand
there
that.
ain't no complying. Whatever the situation is, they're gonna do it.
So Rita should tell her kid to comply?
No, you could tell your kid what you want to tell him.
Right.
But if a white cop has his mission to go kill a black person today, he's gonna do it.
But don't let the non-compliance be the excuse for him. Don't let that be the excuse for that cracker to do that. That white man. Don't let that be the excuse.
He don't need an excuse nowadays.
That's why they don't go out. That's why they don't get put in prison all the time. Because they'll show a picture, hey man, he was trying to reach for something. He was arguing with the cop. He was pushing with the cop. He was fighting with the cop. That is not complying. And that cop now gets a chance to shoot him and kill him. And just so we can sit there and say, man, you cops are bad. I'm tired of saying white cops are dirty. White cops are foul. I'm tired because of that black person dying. I want black people to live. I want white folks to stop shooting them, yes. But what can we do to help that scenario out? Is there anything?
You want to know what the number one thing is? Lock them the up when they do it. That's it. Once they get locked up, then the whole law's changed.
He's in jail, but he's still dead.
They have qualified.
Your cousin's still dead. Your husband's still dead. Your brother's still dead. The cop is locked up. You happy now? You cool with that?
How many cases have you seen where a black man is on his own property and a white cop walk up there? Well, are you from this neighborhood?
Lock that cop up. Lock that cop up.
They're not locking them up.
That's the problem.
Because they
have locked up cops.
Name them.
I can name a couple of them that are locked up.
Let me. Have you ever been in an instance where a cop has approached you where maybe you're not in the wrong?
No.
Like you're not doing anything wrong, but
I'm trying to be honest. I was speeding in the car, so they stopped me for speeding. I was speeding.
You were wrong for that. Well, you wasn't wrong.
wasn't wrong.
No, I'm saying if you wasn't wrong.
I was speeding.
No, that you was, but were you ever approached where you wasn't wrong?
I'm trying to think. I'm never really wrong.
So how do you think you would react if you're not wrong and then an officer approaches you and they're harassing you or accusing you.
Right. Hold on. Let me tell you honestly, because I have whatever you want to call it, whiteness.
That's it. I'm
For
glad
that,
you said
so
it.
I'm gonna say it again. My whiteness would say, you know what, cop? I know you got a gun. If I run from you or fight you, you're gonna kill me. So I'm not gonna kill you. I don't give a fuck if I'm in the wrong or not. I don't care if I'm in the wrong. I want to live. I got kids. I got family to take care of. I need to live for
But
them.
once you say your white side, you got it.
Okay, cool. Well, you know what? I want your black side, so I act like my white side. Because you need to live. You
What
have people's
could George
responsibility.
Floyd have done differently? What could George Floyd have done differently to not get killed?
Okay, hold on. You're right. There are incidents that are just totally blatant wrong. Sure, absolutely like that. They should be in jail. I'm all proponent for that. But what about the ones who don't do that? Who run away from the cops, fight the cops, pull away from the cops?
I still don't think black people should get shot in the back when they find a way to peacefully detain white
I'm not
people.
sitting here saying they
But
should.
but but the conversation is also about what they call defunding the police. Now the Republicans have made this political and it means abolish police. That's not what it means. It means get rid of qualified immunity because right now police have so much protection that they cannot be held accountable. All they have to say is I felt threatened. And if the other black person is dead, he can't say, well, I didn't do shit. So they have qualified immunity. They need to have less protections and their powers need to be lessened. They have too much power. So you're saying what to do? We need to change the laws where they don't have as much power.
But in the meantime, we dying, and before the laws are changed.
What are your thoughts on what Pierre's saying?
Pierre crazy. I'm going to just put it that way. He got two sides, and anytime that you can constantly keep seeing black people getting shot. But let's not forget the white man that chased the cop, got in his car, drove away, and nothing happened to him. He just got locked up.
Terrible. Right.
And all of these different incidents. There was a white man that beat a lady cop. And the white woman was standing there, Jerry, stop. Stop, Jerry, you're going to get in trouble. He beating the hell out of them, took their car, and drove off. And it was a funny thing. Everybody thought it was funny.
He's still alive, right?
Exactly.
Right, and that's wrong. But if you know your black, right, but hold on. But if you know your black sister or brother, if they did the same shit would get killed, you'd be like, man, just do you, bro, and hope they don't kill you, man. Just do you, because the white people they let the white people get away with it. So why don't you go ahead and do the same shit?
We don't do shit like that.
You don't run. These people have run away.
We can't do shit like that because we'll get shot the fuck up.
See, now that's not right. Remember it happened about, I don't know, a couple years ago when that black guy was in his car down south somewhere, and the cop came up to him. He started wrestling. He ran from the cop, and the cop shot him back down in the field. Do you remember that? Walter Scott. He was doing what? Running away. So don't act like we don't run away either. Let's not play that game.
What's the threat? What is the threat if somebody is running away? What the nigga gonna shoot some bullets from his back?
No, you're right. He's wrong.
Well, he got wings or some shit.
So
what is the threat when you're running away?
No, the point is this. It's not right. He's wrong for doing that. But if I do that, I'm gonna get a chance to get killed. Why would I do that?
Because you don't know. You don't know if you don't run, you might get killed.
I'll take that chance because we see more running away getting killed than not.
No.
So do we think it's justified by law? Do you think by law it was a justified action?
It's gonna wind up being that. It's a damn shame. So damn shame it's going to be that. Because he went in his car to go get something they spelled and they shot him. I'm not saying it's right. There's no way it's right. They should have tackled him. I exactly say that. But if I know that that's going to happen, if I go in my car to reach for something, these white folks or these white cops going to kill me, I'm not going in there. I got a family. I got kids to support. What am I trying to prove? That I'm mad or something? I got to leave. I want to leave. Fuck out of here. He didn't care about his kids and his family at that point. No, sir. No, sir. You just stop and say, man, go arrest me. And I'm going to take your ass to court or do what I got to do. I want to live. We have to have black people living. Not sitting here having a comment.
I still don't feel like the onus should be on us to save our lives. The onus should be on the police officers to not fucking shoot us. We can't change the fact that we black.
But if it's not, what you gonna do?
All right, hold on.
So you want enough people, hold on. I'll let you talk. You want enough black people to die until they finally say, okay, now we're gonna change the law. You'll be happy with that? With 50 more black men dying and saying, now we're gonna change the law and make it right. Are you okay with that?
They're not changing it anyway.
But that's the point, no. The point is,
they're not changing it anyway.
So here's my point.
They have watched us get killed on camera over and over again, and they still not doing shit.
Would you rather black men comply and live?
Comply and they still get
No, but some other, no, you're not listening because every day black men get pulled over. Black men get pulled over all the time, and some comply, and we don't hear about their death. Let's be real. It ain't 5 black people get pulled over per 6 months. It's thousands get killed, and we don't hear them getting killed all the time because most of them comply. And they live. I can show you videos of black men complying and living.
It's disproportionate.
So Rita, do you think by law that this was justified?
No. I don't know what fucking law says shoot somebody 7 times in the back. I don't know what code that is in the police book. So hell no, I don't think it was justified.
I agree.
And my whole point is that it's disproportionate. You show me a list of dead white people shot by black cops and I'll shut the fuck up. That's what I'm saying. You show me the hashtags of dead white people, dead white boys who were killed by black cops or who were killed by white cops, and I will shut the fuck up. It does not exist.
Why continue?
It does not exist. Why continue what?
Why make that list longer?
All right, Pierre, there's
longer?
two incidents that came out on camera, two of them, where the cops had two black men in custody and suffocated them, just having fun, holding their nose where the guy couldn't breathe. He didn't resist. He complied because he was locked up.
Sure.
They're doing it on purpose because they're not getting locked up. So no matter what you say about running, what you say about them, hey, don't shoot, they're gonna shoot. I can't breathe. I can't breathe is enough for you to get the fuck off of me.
That's after they didn't comply.
Where did it say that George Floyd didn't comply?
The guy with the cigarettes. Hold on, the guy with the cigarettes. What was his name? The big dude in the cigarettes.
Eric Garner. But he was detained already, Pierre. He was detained. He said I couldn't breathe, and they still
There you
didn't
go.
let
You're
up.
not listening to the beginning part. The beginning part. So he put his hand behind his back. He put behind his hand. He put his hand behind his back. He put his hand behind the back when the cop said, "All right." So you won't answer that question. You don't answer that question. When the cop
They detained him already.
He's already detained.
All right. Show the video. Show the video. So my point is this. So he put his hand behind his back when the cop said, "Put your hand behind your back." I'm asking one question.
Yes.
He did not put his hand behind his back.
They had him.
No, he didn't. They had to fight him. They had to hold him. Oh, man.
And then the superhero cop came and choked him.
Now, I'm talking about facts. Now, you call me white if you want to. I'm talking facts. Facts was he didn't put his hand. The fact that he didn't put his hand behind his back.
5 cops and one cop come and choke him. He said, I can't breathe.
Okay, that's afterwards, bro. I'm not saying it's right.
Floyd, it never said that he was resisting arrest.
Okay, all right. I said that's wrong. That's wrong. But I'm going to show you.
Floyd, wasn't he in cuffs?
And the ambulance who came to get him were police officers.
Of course he was. And that's wrong to do that. I get that. But again, if you want to have the many dead black men just to prove a point that hey, we got all the men, black men, white cops are bad. I'm tired of it. I know white cops are bad. I know them. I know that this black cops bad too. I know they disproportionately kill black men. But I want to save black men. I will get to the white cops. But brother, if you can save yourself beforehand, get it. I've seen 1,000 black men getting pulled over and comply and live to tell about it. I'd rather go with that number.
The only person who can save us is the policeman with the weapons. They can save us by not shooting us. Period. That is their responsibility. That blood is on their hands.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of blood. Guess what? They still killing us. So what's changing? They still killing us. You cool with that? Just because we want to prove a point and say, yay, man, we got the numbers. We look at every day. We got another black man getting killed by a white cop. We got another one. I'm tired of another one.
Our outrage is working.
So what would you do? What would you do to change?
What do you mean? First, I would comply, but now, like you said, the outrage has changed. We need them laws changed. We got to work on getting them laws. We need to vote right people. Every 2 years, you need to vote, black folks, to get people changed up in your local situation. You need to do that kind of stuff. Instead of waiting for just the president to change stuff. So yes.
So I know we watched Grouter Bits. That's one of the things that we watched. Would you say that you agree with some of the statements that are made on there? Because it seems...
No, they're coming from seriously a white privilege. They don't understand what's happening on the other side. Like what I said about the one when they don't know the tension in the neighborhoods. They're white and they don't care. They don't know about the tension. They got white privilege. They figure cops, when they pull you over, they're nice and calm all the time. Because yes, you're white, they're nice and calm to you. But in the black neighborhood, it's a lot of tension. And black people are tired of this shit from the cops coming in there doing that kind of tension. And so they're going to explode. And sometimes the explosion, unfortunately, turns into murder.
For black people. But when you're white, you can explode and you can go home and cuddle up with your puppy.
Sure, we know
so
that. That's a fact.
even this past weekend, I was pulled over in Alabama. And the fear that I felt inside was fucking awful. And I'm just thinking, if I were white, I wouldn't be feeling like
Sure.
this.
Did you run?
I was scared.
Did you run?
I recorded.
Did you run
I
out of the car?
recorded.
All right, but did you run? Record, so cool.
We were on the highway. No, I'm not going to run on the goddamn highway.
People run all the time.
No, I'm not going to run on the interstate.
Why would- Okay, hold on.
Lady in the car. No, I'm not going to run on the interstate. But I was afraid.
When
And
you
I
parking lot, would you
recorded.
ran? Would you ran? So you said interstate. You wouldn't run on the interstate.
No, I wouldn't run, period.
Okay, say that better. That's better now. You wouldn't run, period. But why not run? Why not run?
I'm a woman. I'm not a black man. I'm not the big boogeyman to policemen. But I was still scared in Alabama.
And justifiably, but why you should have ran?
Pierre, well, let's go back to this particular incident.
Did Sandra Bland run?
No, she did not.
Okay.
And she's dead.
Yes.
All right, so Capone, I want to pose the same question to you. By law, do you think that the actions of the officer were justified?
No, there is no law that would ever justify shoot a man, a black man, that I know about, 2 times in the back. I mean, he walked. 4 cops could have tackled him. They're punks, and they didn't tackle him, and they shot him, and that's usually the end results. You don't have to run. He didn't run.
Well, I want to put something on the table. So as you know, a lot of people are chiming in and saying that it is justified. So Steven Crowder is one of those, and here's what he had to say.
Suspicious. Yeah. It's like he was casual.
Yeah.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Stop resisting arrest!
Yeah.
I'm just going to grab myself a quick trip, Biggie.
I hear you, officer.
He was
I'm
parched.
going to reach in here a little bit.
I don't understand.
Just give me a second.
You know me. I got some sour Skittles in this bag.
Yeah.
He was reaching
You guys
in.
want some?
This is a guy who's reaching in for the cure for cancer. So.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
So after hearing that, what are our thoughts? I'll start with you, Pierre.
Them white boys are a little too cavalier about the shooting of that black man. I don't like that. That's disrespectful. All them jokes and shit, Skittles and wee-hee, wahoo, woohoo. That's a little too much. They're too cavalier about a man who is paralyzed and of shooting somebody 7 times. That shows a lack of respect for black lives that these men have, or even a criminal life, any life. It's just a matter of disrespect for that, and I don't appreciate that from them. Now, seeing the more footage of it, like I said, one of my things are, did they know his prior record? I don't know. I don't have no proof. I don't know. Did they know what he had a warrant for his arrest? Were they trying to arrest him for that also while he was there? I don't know, if that's what it was. And I can see them, doing that. And if he had his rap sheet said he had a gun conviction, domestic abuse conviction or whatever, then you get up after they wrestle with you. Okay, they're not strong enough to get him. Okay, they ain't the best fit cops. I get that. But you get up and then you walk around to your car to go get something. And I know you've had a gun before, gun conviction. To sit there and I've told you stop, yes, 7 times excessive. Wrestle them down again, they should have tried. They tried once, they should have kept on trying, I guess. But once you didn't do that, and I haven't wrestled you down, and you got into your car, and you reach in there, bro, I got a family to take care of. I got a family to go home myself, too.
What are your thoughts, Rita?
Yeah, I still don't feel like the punishment fit the crime. I just don't. When you see countless footage out there of white cops peacefully detaining white people, they have the capacity to do this. They have the capacity to detain people without killing them, which they do when it's the same skin color. Then I cannot look at that and say, oh, well, okay, since they arrested him and then he still that was justified. No, because you, as a police officer, it's your job. You signed up for this shit. You didn't sign up to be a damn, a sharpshooter, a murder for hire person. That's not what now historically, that's what they were designed to do. So that spirit is still within cops. That kill a nigga spirit is still within cops. And you can see how dismissive he was. That's how they think of us. They think our lives are nothing. They think our lives are worthless. And if you think some cops don't have that in mind, like, I don't care if I shoot this person. I don't care that his 3 kids are in the car. I don't care. So, it doesn't change my opinion at all. They are assholes, and clearly they are, just monetizing off this kind of talk. But it's sad.
Well, he didn't care about his kids being in the car either, though. When he went to the car with some cops following with some guns.
You can't say that.
Well, you can't say it about the other person either, though.
You can't say that.
You can't say it about the other person, the cop either.
You think it's cool for a cop to shoot a father 7 times with his 3 kids in the
I didn't
car?
say that. I wouldn't bring some cops to my car. No, okay. Well, he shouldn't have brought the cops to the car. Now, how about that? He shouldn't have done it with my kids in it. I'm not gonna bring no cops to my car where my kids are. They got guns out. I'm not about to go to my car if I care about my kids.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's true.
Yeah, punishment didn't fit the crime.
Capone, what are your thoughts after watching that?
I hate racists, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Throw Skittles in there and see we don't see the undertone. I'm gonna just shut up, because I'm gonna start to say something that's gonna make me look racist towards white people, and I don't like it.
So do you have any comments for Steven Crowder?
Steven Crowder. He's a racist. He's Fox News affiliated. He's a punk. He talk all that shit behind camera, but
I bet he won't fight Capone.
no, I will knock his ass completely out. And just on GP of what he said, and I don't even know the man who got shot. but just the way he feels about black people, that's how I feel about that.
What about you, Rita? Do you have any comments first?
I second what Capone said. Shit like that is dangerous because you have people watching. I mean, this is hundreds of thousands of views. You have people watching this, and then they carry that mindset home. And then they carry it home to their kids, and then their kids carry it home to school, and then they bully black children. You know, it is a toxic cycle. This is unacceptable. This shit should be taken down. That is literally dangerous. You are perpetuating something that is causing more violence to us. So this is irresponsible, it's foolish, and what Capone said.
Do you have any comments for Steven Crowder specifically?
Yeah, he definitely a super duper ass. But we live in an American society, and we here just gave our voice. And there's somebody out there watching us, might be white, and say, I don't like what they're talking about, and they should take their shit off. Hold on, that's fine, as he has a right to say what he wants. I have no problem with that, him saying what he said. I don't like what he said, but the fact that he said it, now we know who he is, and I can live with that. Just like I don't want anybody to cut us off because they don't like what we're talking about. That's not cool either. You got to be fair in a situation in life.
What message do you think he's pushing compared to our message, though?
That
Black lives don't matter.
I would agree with that. Yeah. Probably black lives don't. Black lives can be easily excused away. You know what I'm saying? Given the benefit of the doubt more to another side than the black side, and that's totally wrong.
Because if a white boy was shot in the street like that, they wouldn't be joking about this shit.
And we wouldn't either.
Opposite of Steven Crowder, who I don't appreciate. I don't like it. Like, everything you said needs to be shut down. I absolutely agree. It needs to be taken down. I wish YouTube stopped monetizing you. But we always come with solutions. So with that, unlike their platform where they just talk off the top of the head or whatever they're doing, what are some solutions that we can offer? Rita, I'll start with you.
I don't know. Black people, when we see police, we should just get butt-ass naked. And then they'll say, oh, no, your heart is threatening me. It's beating too fast, bitch. Like, I don't know what else we can do. We comply, that's not enough. We say, I can't breathe, that's not enough. We say, Black Lives Matter, that's not enough. Yeah, they're burning up cop cars, that's not enough. I don't know what we can do to stop getting killed by police. So the solution has to be, people are, they're saying don't defund because that word is being politicized. Reimagine police forces, reform them. Yeah, reimagine, reform them where police officers reflect more of the people in the community. Because if you had more black police officers out there, there's more of an understanding of the black community. Stop sending racist ass cops to the hood because their immediate reaction is going to be to kill, not to de-escalate. So we have to reimagine and stop giving, these are regular ass people that we are giving power, extreme power. They literally hold life and death in their hands. Why do we allow that? And it started from slave patrols back in the day. Historically, it was founded on some bullshit, and it is still on some bullshit.
I guess the most civil thing I could probably say at this time is hold them accountable, lock them up. Stop letting them walk away free. Take away, they have a whole different constitutional rights thing, and I don't like that. I know a lot of cops. I got family that are cop members, and I don't like them motherfuckers. And that's just truthful. You sign up for a job to protect, and I don't know why, till this day, one thing I will never understand is why black cops are not speaking up.
Because they got a code. It's like a code where they protect them.
Well, they blue for a couple hours. Their skin is black forever.
Yeah, because if they weren't in uniform, they could be victims too.
I've seen it.
I agree with Rita. I've always said this too, that they need to bring black officers in those situations. They need to patrol. Black on black people have a different feel. We're not talking about the youngsters that kill each other. Some white people say, we all kill each other. We're talking about cops and black people who grew up in those neighborhoods, who kind of know the temperature, the tone. They need to be more in those neighborhoods. You bring a scared white guy who's not around black people, just saw it on the media, hear rap music and shit, and always think, or listen to people like this white dude here, and think that black people are just so violent off the rip, and they come with that kind of, energy back to the black people, and that's what kind of happens. It turns into that. Then I think that needs to start from the top. We need to start changing some of that stuff and keep. We're doing it now, trying to, like you said, don't use the word defund, whatever word you want to use, to change how the policies are. Policies need to be changed. It needs to be changed so cops don't feel like I can do this. and get away with it. If I'm scared a little bit, I can kill you now because I'm scared a little bit. If it's in the law book, then it is, or the rule book, that's what it is. So the cop, you can ask the cop, please don't do that, but he can turn around and say, it's in the rule book, it says I can do this. So change that, and I think then we'll start changing a lot more.
To close out, I would like to say personally, which I'm gonna ask, just bleep this part out, Steven Crowder and anyone that agrees with him. This episode of the Comedy Hype News Show is presented by the Flippin' OGs. Want to learn how you can get into real estate investing? Well, join Flippin' OGs September 4th through the 6th at the Hyatt Regency Long Island at Windwatch Golf Club for an action-packed 3-day weekend to learn from licensed professionals about real estate investing. The weekend schedule includes a full coaching day where you'll learn about credit fundamentals, short sales, deal funding, rehab and construction, acquisition, disposition, and flipping. There will also be a hands-on training day where attendees will visit properties in various stages of the construction process. And of course, there will be time to socialize and network at the Welcome Mixer, breakfast, lunches, Saturday and Sunday night formal dinners. Last but certainly not least, the Mastermind Weekend will culminate with a comedy show presented by the gangster of comedy, comedian Capone and friends. So what are you waiting for? Register and buy your weekend pass now at findfreedomevent.eventbrite.com.